everybody to Innuendo 69,
Ew.
Guy Party Podcast. Ayo.
Nice.
Yeah, welcome guys. What's going on? It's been a little while. Things have been crazy busy and a little bit technically difficult.
Yeah, I'll start off by saying anyone that listens to the audio only version, 68 was having some issues because the way we upload it, it has to be under a certain size. I think it's like 160 megabytes.
Under 160, and this one for some
was
reason
163.
Yeah,
and
barely over, but still a lot, I thought.
And recently I did a fresh install of Windows on my computer, lost all the programs I used. So the program I used to use that would let me just lower the file size because of quality, I no longer have it. Now I'm trying to finagle away and figure out how to do that. So video version is up on the website and YouTube, but stop it.
Shame.
I'm trying my best. You also didn't tell me until like.
That's true.
You didn't tell me until like half a week later.
I tried to upload it. I was like, gosh, I'll have to tell him because it was late at night. I was like, I'll tell him. And like 2 days later, I was like, fuck, I didn't tell him. I was like, oh god.
It was like 2 or 3 days later that you told me, and I was like, oh shit. All right.
Shit. So we apologize on that, fellers and fellerettes.
So
it's not a real thing, but anyway.
Yeah.
Let's get this out of the way then. Of course, as always, you guys can check us out on the Instagram page there, guy_party_pod. I tried to log in. Maybe I didn't do a caps lock or something on some of the stuff. Couldn't get in. So I haven't really been posting on there because I got a new phone. And everything is just, I've been having a forgot password. Fuck. Like, gotta do everything over again.
Yep.
Dude, my Facebook password is my old AOL account.
Like the old username?
Like to get into it was like oh, use your email address or your phone number, blah, blah, blah. So I always use email address. I was like, how is it not my current? And I tried the one before that. I was like, nope. I was like, wait a minute. I signed up for this like in high school. Oh my god. And sure enough, and dude, I remember the password for that. I don't know fucking how. But long story short, new phone, haven't been posting much. I apologize. Gmail, guyparty91@gmail.com. And of course, just go check us out on Twitch. We'll be on Twitch a lot. I mean, I'll be on a lot in the next week or 2 or 3 with Borderlands 3 just coming out, and Matt will too. So go check us out there. Chat with us, say hi, and yeah, give us some feedback. So cool. Anyway, let me adjust my there we go. That might be worse, but whatever.
Probably.
Anyway, what's been going on with you, Matt? What's been going on?
It's been what, 2 weeks?
It's been 2 weeks.
It's been
it's been crazy 2 weeks.
Not like super crazy, but I mean, I've been gaming. Obviously, playing just about everything. I don't think I started last time, but I've been playing the Spyro Reignited trilogy on Steam. I don't think it was out last time.
No, it was not. It was not.
Yeah.
So I saw you stream that a little bit, and
very pretty, very crisp with the looks and stuff. Like I think this is the only game I've ever used the word crisp for the graphics.
Okay.
And it is very crisp. I feel like I'm just gonna keep saying it, crisp.
I don't use the word crisp very often. When I do, I just saturate my sentences with the word crisp.
Mm-hmm. Crisp. No, but it's a lot of fun. I'm obviously going for achievements. I got everything I need to like, not achievement wise, but I have perfected the first game. I'm working on the second.
This might be a stupid question, but perfecting the games doesn't
I've gotten
all the achievements.
So it's all 3 games in like one game essentially.
Yeah.
So like in the first Spyro game, I've gotten like everything to collect, but there's achievements in the game where it's like, do this in this order on this level and stuff like that, as an achievement. Does that make sense? So like in the game, it says I have everything, but there's achievements I still have to get because it's like, do this on this level.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
So like, I think after I beat the second game and get all the gems and orbs and stuff, I'm gonna take a break before starting the third because I'm starting to get almost a little burnt out on Spyro.
Okay.
But I'll probably just go back and like get the achievements from the first and second game off stream in my leisure time when I feel like it.
Leisure time. Ugh.
But I've also been playing Rage.
So how you liking it?
I'm liking it. I think it's pretty good. I'm playing.
First
So
one, correct?
what's that? Yes,
First
first
one?
one.
Okay.
So I started streaming it the one night, and the one guy that is regularly both in both of our chats, Spence. He asked me if I had the DLC, and I said no, and then he gifted me the DLC on Steam,
Oh, nice.
which gives the hardest difficulty Ultra Nightmare.
Not nice.
And I was like, well,
since
I'm
you
like,
did it-
well, shit. I'm like, is there an achievement for this? And he's like, yep. I'm like, shit, if I'm going to play through it. I was already going to do the hardest difficulty. I think I started on Nightmare and then restarted it real quick because I was only like 2 minutes in and did Ultra Nightmare.
Oh, okay. That's good. Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't like I was super far in. It was like, oh, I just saw the first cutscene and like I literally walked out of the arc and like walked down like the rubble, and that's when it happened.
There you go. Yep.
But honestly, the hardest part was the beginning before you have like an assault rifle. Like I was
The hardest
constantly
part?
dying, but like now that like I have like a shotgun, an assault rifle, a machine gun, like a rocket launcher, a crossbow, a sniper, it's like
Cake.
I still die occasionally, but it's not as much as I was.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as you get better weapons, that's how.
Yeah,
every
it was
game pretty
like
much goes. But
it was the beginning with having, you know, just a pistol with 13 shots on Ultra Nightmare where everyone is super bullet spongy.
yoked. They're just yoked. Yeah. They're able to take way too much damage. Like, I thought in
Yeah.
the base game with the pistol, like 7 shots to kill somebody. Seriously, couldn't imagine a full clip on Ultra Nightmare.
Yeah, it was rough. And then once I got wing sticks, also that made it a lot easier too.
Dude, I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know about wing sticks until like the last half hour of
No,
gameplay.
the second I got wing sticks, I'm like, I'm loading up on these and I'm using these as much as I can.
I did not know, and then I used them like the last mission. I was like, dude, these things are the fucking coolest thing. This thing, these things make the game. Like they're the coolest things. You can fucking just
Yep.
got fucking head off, wing stick back in, put it. God damn it! And so
I
as soon as
think-
the second game started, used them constantly.
I think like when you first start the game, you have to go like that bash TV or whatever, and you fight all the mutants.
Mm-hmm.
I think I died a couple times there, and then I was like, fuck it. I just went and loaded up on wing sticks because it's pretty much an insta kill.
Yep.
And it was like anytime there was more than one guy on the screen, it was just wing stick one, unload on the other.
Yep. And as soon as the wing stick comes back, if it does, throw another one.
Yep.
That's pretty much how it went for me too.
Yep.
As soon as I realized, hey,
Um,
you're an idiot. These things are amazing. So
But yeah,
I'm glad you found it earlier.
I'm
than I
thoroughly enjoying it. Right now I have 19 out of 60 achievements, which I'm sure once I beat the game, I'm gonna get like 5 achievements from that for every difficulty. I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just got to Subway Town in the game.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah. Vaguely. It was quick. It wasn't too long of a mission for me to remember. But yeah, I remember that place.
Yeah.
Vaguely.
So
Vaguely.
I'm just fighting the
Oh.
gearheads. I'm like, these guys are freaking hard, especially on Ultra Nightmare, where it's like everything is super bullet spongy and like
Yeah.
they're super armored already, and it's like a huge
Yeah.
pain in the butt.
POB. It's a pop.
Yeah.
But yeah, man,
But,
it's a fun game. I think if you like the first one so far, you're gonna be pleasantly surprised at how well the second one
Yeah.
adds to it and gives an open world environment to it. It's fucking crazy.
I don't remember if I asked this. Is the second one like a straight
Continuation.
sequel to the first one, or is it like same world, same characters, but like different story? You know what I mean? Or is it kind of like Borderlands 2, where it's like same world, same basic story, but like it doesn't really connect until later in the game or something like that?
So the same like Cavassier, you meet him right before. Yep.
Yeah, the dude that's like in the robot
He's-
wheelchair
yeah. So
thing.
he's a continuing character.
I know you said John Goodman's
Um,
daughter is in like the second
John
game.
Goodman's, whatever his name is, the daughter's in the game. So it's like, I would like
There's
to say
connecting points, but it's not like direct.
it's not exactly direct. It's not like the same exact like, hey, do this, but it's
Okay.
close enough that
Okay.
I would say yes. Then
It's
in some
worth
ways. But I
playing
want- I
through the
want-
first game
Yeah.
for the second
Yeah.
game. Okay.
Even just to meet characters and see like kind of what they're about. I
Okay.
think that would help too. So
Okay.
yeah, you'll see. But two just added to, since I played one right and went right to two. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
They took what 10 years or something or 9 or
Something
whatever the
like
fuck,
that. Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but like they took a while and they refined this, that, and the other thing, and they gave you a bunch more cool skills. And it was two.
Yeah.
It was really fun. I still want to go back and play that.
Yeah. I think, like I said, like after I beat Spyro 2 and get everything, I'm like gonna put Spyro on a break and like play another game in between 2 and 3.
Yep.
But I think with Rage, I'm probably just gonna hop right into Rage 2.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely worth it because it's short,
like,
A, and B, it's very. So.
Yeah, like there's other games like I want to play. Like I want to play a sequel to Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor, which I think is Shadow of War. I want to play that, but I also want to play like there's, which I might actually save for after Rage 2. But there's a Mad Max game that I've dabbled in a little bit off stream a while ago. It's just called Mad Max. It came out a couple years ago, and it's kind of like a beat 'em up game, but like open world where you have a car and you can go between camps and stuff like that. It's not based off of any of the movies or anything, I don't think. So it's kind of like its own standalone thing. But from what I remember playing in it, I enjoyed it. So it's like that, or I think there's like one or two other games I've like kind of thought about, like, do I want to stream this next? But like I don't entirely know. So yeah.
Huh. I don't know.
I mean, I also still have to finish We Happy Few.
You didn't finish that yet?
Well, there's 3 characters to play as. I finished the first character. So I still actually have 2 more characters I need to play through.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. But what else have I been playing? Factorio with my buddies. They're enjoying that. I'm enjoying it.
So are you still playing Factorio?
Yeah, when we're all around for the most part.
Nice.
And then I don't know if you've heard of the game Humans Fall Flat.
No, sir, I do not.
It's a really interesting game because it's kind of like it's almost like a puzzle parkour type game, but like the only controls are run, jump, and like you grab with both hands, and it's like a 3D like blob like character model almost. Okay, if that makes sense. But it's like roughly. If you were to see hang on, what is this? Oh. But it's like there's like ways you can go about solving like these puzzles. Yeah. But then you can also go around and like you can do it other ways. Like I remember like me and my friends have been playing it, and we were playing this one level, and like when we played it, the one person we played with, Anna, I think I brought her up before in the podcast.
Yeah.
Like when I solved it the way I did, she was like, I didn't even think about doing that. She's like, I just lodged us between the doors and we walked through the doors. Whereas I like took the stick and like put it above the levers and it, like held down both the levers to keep the door open, type thing.
Figured it out.
So yeah, it's fun, and there's people make their own levels that you have to figure out. So like almost infinite replayability, which is nice.
Which is nice.
And I guess the only 3 other things, Mario Maker, still playing that occasionally on stream.
I saw you playing it earlier today.
Right? Yeah.
Is that correct?
Played it for like 3 or 4 hours today.
Nice. Nice.
And then I bought Dragon Ball Fighter Z, which is just like a Dragon Ball fighting game, like 2D fighting game. Just because.
That?
I mean, I've only played a little bit. I mostly played the tutorial, just like get a feel for the controls, and I feel like it's gonna be a relatively easy game to knock out achievements in, which is one of the reasons I bought it. And I feel like it's not a great stream game.
Yeah.
To play. But there's a story mode, so that'll be interesting. And then
story mode.
I've actually started getting back into today a game called DC Universe Online.
How is it online? Is it like?
So it's like, you remember
you know what I'm saying?
Remember RuneScape?
Yeah, I do actually.
It's almost like that, where it's like a big open world, everyone's in the same world, but it's like more quest based. So it's like pretty much
More
you
than
create your own
Moonscape?
superhero. You create your own superhero, and there's like a whole story behind it.
Okay.
But you create your own superhero, and you can choose if you want to be mentored by like Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman, and
Let
that
me
kind of
guess.
affects. Huh?
Let me guess.
Oh, of course,
Batman.
of course.
I'm Batman.
Um,
Nice.
but like, depending on who you choose, depends on the orders you kind of get the missions in. But eventually,
Okay.
you like play through all of them essentially.
Hmm.
Um,
That seems pretty cool.
and it's
I'll
like
put my headphones up.
it's massive multiplayer. So like you see other people playing, you can like choose. Do you want to be an acrobat movement, like super speed or flight? You can choose like
Kind of like perks.
what kind of weapons you want to use, what abilities you kind of want to go with, stuff like that.
Yeah. Seems pretty cool.
And it's free to play. Obviously, there's a bunch of paid DLC, but like you don't have to necessarily actually
Duh.
pay for anything. Most of the
That's
DLC, paid DLC, I think is actually just like superpowers. Like they released like a Green Lantern superpower that you can
No one
pay
wants
for,
that.
or I think there's a couple others I can't think of off the top of my head. But it's like I knew I only had one out of like 100 some achievements in it, so I was like, well, if I buy this and start playing it again, I can at least knock out
More
achievements and like get that average completion rate up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I know that 1%, the one achievement out of 171 is kind of lower than that number.
Really?
But the reason I actually bought it was because I think I saw it on Facebook or something. Just an ad for it where it was like, they've released, the next, I guess, storyline or whatever for the game,
Yeah.
where it's like the Dark Knights edition. So it's like,
Ooh. That's up your alley.
I think I've mentioned it before, where there's like an alternate timeline where like Batman goes crazy or gets the Joker toxin in him, becomes
Joker
like
poison,
Joker.
like, doesn't.
Yeah, he becomes the
doesn't
Batman who
poison
laughs.
him. Yeah.
Joker dies.
Yeah.
It releases Joker toxin, gets in Batman's blood. He becomes the Batman who laughs, which is essentially like a Joker version of Batman.
The Batman laughs.
And then he goes around and kills, or finds a bunch of other Batmans,
Batman like people.
Batman from
Batman.
other universes that also kind of went crazy and mad, and like brings them all together and like does all that crazy stuff. So it's like, okay, like I want to get back into this. Like this is really recent, relevant material for source material. So like I want to see where they go with this. Obviously, I'm sure I have some time to get there. But I've read
I would assume so.
2 pretty good graphic novels as of late. Both Batman, obviously.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be Batman?
One, The Batman Who Laughs, where it shows
Well, there
Batman
you go.
fighting the Batman Who Laughs, and it's actually a really good like psychological kind of thing.
Okay.
And then the other one was Batman Damned, where the Joker is supposedly dead, and they're not quite sure who does it. And it's kind of it's a different like feel for reading comics, because it's like more like there's a narrator. One of the characters, like I think it's John Constantine, is more of a narrator, and it's like talking about Batman's like being tormented from his past or something. And it was an interesting, different little take on a story,
Okay.
which kind of always grabs my interest. But besides that, over the past 2 weeks, I think that's actually it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Surprising. A lot of gaming now, which is good.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But nice, man. Nice.
Yeah. How about you?
What have I been doing?
Besides the past 3 days, which have been Borderlands 3, 4 days. I'm sorry. No, it's been 3. Friday,
Yeah,
Saturday, Sunday.
I got Thursday night at 9.
Okay, so 3.5 days.
Yeah. So, besides that, it's been 2 weeks. So, gaming wise, I beat Hollow Knight.
Yeah, and what'd you think?
Dude, I think it's my favorite platformer of all time. I think it's
Maybe
better
we
than
did-
Celeste.
Okay, maybe you didn't beat it before the last recording, but we definitely talked about it. You enjoying it more than Celeste. I know that.
Okay, yeah. So my favorite, which makes me all the more excited for Silk Song coming out.
Yeah, when does that come
Um,
out, by the way?
I don't know. I haven't checked, But
I'll
dude,
look it up.
I'm pumped for it. Yes. I beat that. So
Silk Song
I
does not
had
have a release date yet.
okay, so probably like another year. If it doesn't even have
Yeah.
a release date, probably at least minimum 8 months, right? I'd say.
You would think, but who knows?
They could surprise us. Hopefully they surprise us. But I had so much trouble beating the final boss of that game. Dude, it took me literally 4 hours. Maybe 4.5
Yeah,
hours
so
to beat the final boss. I tried, I don't know,
I
maybe
I really
fucking
want to go
60
back.
times.
I really want to go back and 100% the game like you did
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't know there were different endings to the game.
There's 3.
Yeah, so when I did the final fight, it's literally the very first like phase where like you're in like the
The Hollow
cocoon
Knight?
or whatever of Hollow Knight, and that's the only fight I did.
So you just fought the Hollow Knight.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that was
Me too
it.
at first. I was like, well, that was easy. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait, I think about it. I was like, I thought there was like a different ending. And then, of course, our buddy Spence, he told me that grab this, go there, and then go back. I was like, okay. And then all hell broke loose. Dude, I was literally
I
4.5 hours.
I saw what like the final fight was like. I'm like, Brody's gonna be here a while.
Yeah. So I beat the first boss, no issues. And then I beat like there's like 6 phases to the last boss. I beat the first 4. Like after a while, I was just like, dude, okay, just jump here, dodge this, do that, dodge this, do that, whatever. And then like there's like a platforming part at the end where you have to jump up and dodge every other attack.
Mhm.
It just kept killing me every fucking time. Every time I couldn't do it. So it was a pain in the ass, but I finally beat it on stream, thank God.
Nice.
And I was pumped about that.
Nice.
So yes, that game is 2 thumbs up for me. Other than that, this last weekend I really didn't do much. This weekend we went on a 14,000 foot hike.
I saw that.
A 14er they call them. We drove to some little town, Idaho Springs in Colorado, little mountain town. Slept for like 2 hours at this little motel on the side of the road. Got up reluctantly and started hiking at 3:30 in the morning. And we got to see the sunrise.
Nice.
Up there, dude. Probably one of the coolest things I've ever fucking seen in my entire life.
You didn't get short of breath on this time around, did you?
I didn't. It's still extremely hard to do, but like I got like a headache
Okay.
for being up that high. Like
Because I remember you tried it once before, right? And it was like
we were gassed this time too, but like it was the cold that got us last time. Really, like we got up top. It was like 20. This time it was like 30 degrees.
maybe that's what it was. I remember you saying you weren't
Was not
ready for
prepared.
it to be as cold and stuff. Yeah.
Was not prepared for that. So this time I actually brought hand warmers, gloves, extra hats, like doubled up on socks. I went prepared this time.
Yeah.
Wasn't cold, but
Good.
we finally made it up at like I think it was like 7 in the morning, but it took us 3 hours and 20 some minutes to get up to the top, and like hour and a half to get down.
Oh yeah, it's a lot easier to go down than go up.
My heart rate didn't go up at all going down. Just like the only thing that was hard about going down was people coming up have the right of way, and there's a lot of people coming up. It's one of the most like popular 14ers because there's like fucking 50 or something in the state of Colorado, or in the Rockies. But we had like every fucking 25 feet move over to the side, wait for someone to pass. Fucking go again, wait for someone to pass. Like, god damn it, like we could be back.
So pretty much, yeah. If you didn't have to wait for people to pass by, you would have been down in like an hour.
We're just hoofing it down, but yeah, it was kind of bullshit. But it was fun, dude. It was probably one of the hardest things I've done, like the first time was really hard, but this time, like we got to a certain point. We did the same one last time. We got to a certain point and we're like, dude, it just looks so goddamn far away. Yeah. And we were so cold we had to turn around. So this time we got up way past where we were, and I was like, dude, like I'm looking up top, I'm like, man, fuck, like I was starting to get a headache. I'm like, well, man, I don't know how much longer we got up. Like me and Ash were like, I don't know, maybe we should stop and go around, turn around, just go back. We got further than last time, whatever. And I look up, I hear people like screaming. I look up, I see like 4 dudes doing jumping jacks. I was like, is that the top? They're like, yeah, man. I was like, all right, fuck it. So 2 more switchbacks, and we're at the top. I was like, dude, if we turned around at that fucking close, I'd have been so pissed. And like just seeing dudes do jumping jacks up there, I was like, fuck you guys, we had to finish. So they gave us like the little boost, kick in the ass to fucking get up there.
Yeah.
So dude, fucking it was so great. The views up there are absolutely breathtaking.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't fucking believe it. But we had a great time, man. We had an amazing time. So yeah, that's pretty much been that weekend. But besides that, dude, I got the Borderlands 3 Collector's Edition, Diamond Loot Chest Edition. I put all of my gadgets.
What do you got? What'd you get? Show us.
So I got.
I don't know what was involved.
This will be quick. So I got it's an actual loot box chest up there.
Okay.
It came with Borderlands 3. 10 figurines. I'm sorry, you'll get a glare. Actually, let me minimize the balls out of this. 10 figurines.
Still kind of glary.
Let me shut you off. Now this glare from this one. That's a little bit better.
A little bit
10
better.
figurines.
I mean, who is it? Is it the Vault Hunters?
So it is the 4 new Vault Hunters, Mose, Flak, Zane, and Amara, with the 2 Calypso twins, Troy and Tyrene. Here. Troy and Tyrene, and you got Lilith, Moxie, Claptrap, and Ellie.
Okay.
And of course the 4 Vault Hunters here. They're little silver, about 3 inches tall, little figurines of everybody. So I got that.
Nice.
I got a Sanctuary 3 Snap model, which like I didn't
okay.
build it myself.
Yeah.
So Sanctuary 3 is the like that's new Sanctuary. That's your new home base.
Okay.
So pretty much you get like inside, you get like a crew quarters, you get to like decorate and stuff in the game. It's pretty cool, but this all came in a bunch of fucking pieces back there in that box, and I built it all, and it's fucking awesome. It's probably the coolest thing I got in the whole thing.
Nice.
Like hands down, it's fucking awesome. So it's sitting right up here. I got, of course, a steel tin with like an inlay for the game itself. I'll try to do this quick. I don't want to take too much time with this. So like, got this, and
nice.
when you open it, it has like a little.
Nice.
It has Tyrene and Troy, the 2 Calypso twins, with the steel case inlay, and this, of course, comes out, and that's where your game is. And it fits perfectly in my up here, my little stand. I got 5 lithographs, aka. Let's do this. So here's the box.
Jesus Christ.
It's dude, it's big. It's big, and it's like actual like. So. Yeah. So we got the loot box here. You can actually close it, open it. It slides up over, and it's fucking massive. So this is my diamond loot chest. It also came with a Galaxy cloth map.
Nice. Well, I like the fact that's cloth.
It's like a thick felt. It's nice.
I like that.
So it's not that big, but it's gonna be perfect on my wall. So I got this guy. It shows you all the planets.
I was gonna say, I'm guessing those are the 3 planets you.
4. Of course, I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah. There's 1, 2, 3.
I was looking
4.
at the center and just saw the big 3 orange circles, so I assumed there was just 3. But I'm guessing that one in where all the lines meet from the 3 in the middle
there's
is a planet.
3. One's a moon, and one's an Iridian area that I won't share with you at this point in time. So it's a rift little area, and then I got 4 keychains, aka I think they're similar to in the game. They're called trinkets. You can put them on guns.
Okay.
Literally, like, it's weird because like when you get a gun, I was like, what the fuck is a trinket? And apparently next to the gun in the game, to the left, there's a little thing you can just literally put it on, and when you aim, like when you hold the gun up, it's just hanging on the side of the gun.
Yeah,
it
I know
serves no purpose.
I was gonna say, I know in I think it's Rainbow Six Siege, you can get little trinkets for guns, and it's literally just a cosmetic thing that hangs from a gun.
Cosmetic, yeah.
Which I think is kind of cool because it just adds a little personalization to it.
At first I was like, this is fucking stupid, and then like I got a little.
But then you start finding funny ones and cute ones, and you're like, yeah, I'll go with that.
I got Butt Stallion's tail.
Nice.
And then I got like a little voodoo doll, like lime green and black. I put on the gun. I was like, okay, that's fucking awesome. So I got 4 of those. One's like a little, I guess, a little piece of a vault key. One's like a little, I don't know, like a little, I'm not sure what you'd call that.
A mine?
Little mine thingy, a shotgun shell.
I would look at that as like an underwater mine type thing, you know?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Like a shotgun shell, it's hollowed out with the Children of the Vault symbol, and an actual like Children of the Vault symbol.
Mm-hmm.
So they got that, and then quick 5 more things. I'm sorry, and then I'm done. Lithographs, posters. So I got one of the Calypso twins,
Nice.
the new baddies in the game, and dude, they are fucking bad. They're ruthless.
Yeah.
They're ruthless because they're just fucking assholes and don't care about anything but themselves. This is Zane,
Okay.
one of the Vault Hunters. I'm guessing they're all gonna be upstairs. There's Flack, the Beastmaster. We got my girl, who I'm playing as right now, Mose. And we got Amara as the Siren.
Nice.
So that's it. That's what came in the thing. But dude, to be honest, the cloth map, the Sanctuary model, and the figurines were enough for me to get it. And everything else is just bonus.
Nice.
I like everything about it. I'm happy I got it. I was thinking about canceling it for the longest time.
I know you were.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm probably never going to get another collector's edition of any other game. So
Yeah.
I might as well just get this one. And I'm lucky. I'm glad I did. Dude, it's fucking cool, man. It's really cool. And yeah, that's it. That's my week. So we can get on some news.
I
now.
know. I know. I've always kind of feel like I've said before, like, especially being primarily a PC gamer, like I don't.
Physical copies.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can get them, but like I'm assuming
you can.
they get
You can.
mailed and stuff. And
Yeah.
like I think the only way right now I would get a collector's edition of something is if the next Batman Arkham game had one, or anything Rocksteady did with the DC universe, actually. Like if they were doing like a Justice League or Superman or Flash or whatever game,
Yeah.
or another hero. If there was a collector's edition for that, I would probably get a collector's edition of that.
Yep.
And then I think the only other thing right now would be a Dark Souls collector's edition. Is if they were for some reason to do another Dark Souls game, that's the only other game I would probably do it for.
Gotcha.
So
To be honest, I was looking at the collector's edition for Hollow Knight when it came out. You can still get them, by the way, pretty cheap. But if Silksong has one, maybe.
I don't know if they do it for DLC though. Actually, I won't lie.
Isn't Silksong a separate game?
Nah, I think it's DLC.
I thought it turned into a whole game.
Did it? Last I heard, it was a
Just a
DLC.
Well, if that's the case, I might go with the other one because it's only $60 for the collector's edition.
Let me take a look. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is turned into a whole separate game.
I think it's a whole separate game, man.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't say that you need Hollow Knight for it. So I guess it is a whole separate game now.
I thought so, man. I thought so.
I didn't know that. Okay. Because I think originally it was supposed to be a DLC. But yeah, epic sequel to Hollow Knight.
I'm in.
I was gonna say something. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, actually, if they have one for Breath of the Wild sequel, I might get collector's edition for that.
Like a little Hylian shield
Depending
or
on
something?
what it comes with, yes. Like if
Maybe
it's like
a
if it's a
Master
little like
Sword.
yeah, if it's like a little statue like Master Sword and Hylian Shield or like something like that. Depending on what all was in it and the price, I might do that.
Damn.
But
Well, I guess we'll find out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I've been streaming the absolute piss out of Borderlands 3. So
yeah, I've noticed that.
like 20 hours in the past 3 days.
All right.
So
Yeah, I know.
anyway,
Uh,
onward.
the news.
Let's get to some news. That's
I think the biggest thing that came out in the past 2 weeks is apparently Sony counter-offered Disney's offer 50-50 whatever, which I think was 70-30.
I think it's 70-30.
Yeah, I think you're right. When I googled it was coming up 70-30.
Our buddy that we talk with now on Twitch, that's what he was saying. So I trust his his knowledge.
From what I've heard, along with that is Spider-Man and Venom can be in the MCU.
What about Carnage?
I mean, I don't know if they're going that far yet.
Okay.
Maybe
I would like
Carnage
that.
is considered part of Venom at this point. So I mean, Venom was its own separate thing right now. It wasn't even related to
Yeah.
Spider-Man in the movie.
Uh-uh.
So maybe Carnage is considered Venom. Maybe it's like Venom properties or whatever.
Okay,
But
they could
I
do
think
so
I've
much with
also
Venom.
heard. I think I've also heard Disney still gets all merchandise and money.
Disney.
Yeah,
Or
Marvel.
okay.
Yeah, because Disney originally, in the original Sony offer, it was Disney got all merchandise and 5% of box office or whatever.
Okay.
So from what I've heard, it's 70-30, Sony getting 70, and Disney still gets full merchandise and profit. So I don't know if I've heard anything about them saying yes or no to that, but it's definitely
they
a
got
hell of a lot
25%
better
more.
deal. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a hell of a lot better
What's
deal, and
5%?
I think everyone kind of agreed, like when Disney gave that 50-50 offer, they're like, this is much higher than we're expecting to get. Like, so I'm sure the fact that they're getting 25% more
Is gonna be great.
is, yeah.
Huh. Well,
And
if that's the
because
case-
it
Good.
seemed like they were really using Spider-Man to be one of their next big characters in Avengers. Or in the MCU, I should say. Have you seen
would-
Far From Home yet, or no?
I've not.
Okay.
I have not. So
But like I've said before, and I read an article, like if they don't get to use Spider-Man, the post-credit scenes they had in Spider-Man, it goes all of a sudden it goes where they go with this. Like one they could have used without Spider-Man, but the other is
you
like
think so?
yes, one of the post-credit scenes they could have somehow written off Spider-Man and still used a post-credit scene. Because it literally it related to the movie a little bit, but it could have easily been like put at the end of another movie, and it would have been fine. So,
Okay.
and when you see it, you'll understand why, but I'm not gonna
Okay.
say why.
Okay.
I'll just say it didn't really relate to Spider-Man. It was more of an MCU post-credit scene, as this is the end of Phase 3. We're moving on to Phase 4.
Gotcha.
And this is where it's going, type thing.
Okay.
Because did you know Spider-Man was going to be the end of Phase 3?
I did not. Did not know that.
Yeah, so Spider-Man was the end of Phase 3. Ant-Man was actually the end of Phase 2.
Ant-Man and the Wasp or Ant-Man?
No, the first Ant-Man was
Okay.
actually the end of Phase 2.
Did not know that either.
Yeah. So, like, Age of Ultron happened, and then, like, they ended the phase with Ant-Man.
Going into
I don't remember, actually, the post-credit scenes of the first Ant-Man, to be honest.
oh man.
I don't remember, but yeah.
I don't know either, but fuck it.
But going along with
Okay.
MCU news, apparently in the first Iron Man there was a reference to Spider-Man.
In the first Iron Man?
So there was a deleted scene where there was a reference to him.
Oh, okay. I was like,
so-
I would have no idea then.
Do you remember the post credit scene where Nick Fury is in Tony Stark's house and he like mentions like Shield or the Avengers Initiative or something?
Yeah.
So apparently there's a scene in that scene that was cut, or like a little part that was cut, where Samuel L. Jackson says, as if gamma accidents, radioactive bug bites, and assorted mutants weren't enough, I have to deal with a spoiled brat who doesn't play well with others and wants to keep all his toys to himself. So initially, I guess he was going to say that, and then they cut it because, like, well, maybe this will end up being something more, and we don't have rights to these things, so we can't use them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But the fact that, like,
That was in there
'Cause-
from the first, the get-go.
yeah.
That
And I
shows,
think
like,
I think that was initially, 'cause if I remember correctly, the post-credit scene of Iron Man 1 was originally supposed to just be like a thing like, hey, here's a little Easter egg, like we're not actually setting up for something, and then
Jesus.
Iron Man did well enough to get a sequel and stuff like that, and it got to a point where we got the full-blown MCU within a couple movies.
Yeah.
So
a sequel to Iron Man 1 didn't actually happen. It went from 1 to 3.
and Thor didn't start till Thor 3, right?
I like the first Thor movie. The second Thor movie, I literally could not tell you what the fuck happened in Dark World. I was like, I'm thinking about it. Like, all I can remember is they're in like some courtyard and some big fucking thing comes out of the sky. And that's it. That's it. I don't remember.
I remember it for
else.
the most part.
But Ragnarok was good.
Yeah.
Ragnarok was the best.
Yeah.
I like the first one though. I do like the first one. He loses his powers, then gets them back.
Yeah.
Like that was a good movie. I liked it.
I still find it funny how, like, when you go back, I think we mentioned this before, how when you go back to watch, like, MCU movies, like, especially early ones, or even just, like, even more recent ones, you kind of forget some of the people that have appeared in an MCU movie, even for, like, a short bit. Like, Sylvester Stallone was in Guardians 2.
Was he in 1 too?
I don't think he was in 1. I think he was just in 2.
Just in
when
2,
they go, like, that
he's the
snowy
leader of
planet.
he's the leader of the, whatever the fuck they're called, whatever Yondu's part of. The
clan or
whatever. I don't know. But yeah.
But it's like also like you don't even, when you think about MCU, like, you forget Tommy Lee Jones was in it.
Yeah. Benicio del Toro was the Collector in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Like, dude, a lot of big names.
And it's like smaller roles that, like, they play a big part overall, but it's like, or at least some of them do. Like, Tommy Lee Jones's role was kind of a big part if you think about it in the grand scheme of the MCU.
Yeah, but acting wise and, like, actually,
yeah, I mean, they that could have been anyone really, but they put Tommy Lee Jones as it. Like,
yeah. So, yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, I thought that was a cute little Easter egg, which apparently, I think, in the box set, I really want to know how much this is going to be selling for, which includes the entire Infinity Saga. It will have this deleted scene. And I'm pretty sure about the entire Infinity Saga, it means from Iron Man 1 to Endgame.
Endgame. Holy shit, what the fuck? How many movies is that?
It's like 20-something.
17? 20? 20-something?
I'm pretty sure.
That's going to be fucking steep. And I'm sure it's going to come with, like, some kind of fucking collector's box bullshit.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's going to be, like,
okay.
$300.
So on Best Buy. Oh wait, no, that's Avengers 4 movie. Never mind. That's not the Infinity Saga.
Holy shit.
The Avengers 4 movie collection steelbook is $149.99.
Dude, this is like $800.
I'm really curious to what 23 film Infinity Saga box set. So it's 23 films.
My God. Which
honestly, depending on the price, like if it's under 200, I would debate about getting it.
Or if 4 Avengers films are $150, 16 some.
But that was also like Blu-ray 4K steel box.
Do you think they're not going to give Blu-ray 4K option?
But if it's not that, and it's like not the steel box, it's just like a set.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the price, I might
just to have it. Yeah, just.
I actually forgot something I also did this week. Not really super interesting because most people probably won't find this interesting. I bought myself a drill.
You bought a drill?
Well, all right. So, at work, being a route setter for a rock climbing gym, I'm constantly using a drill.
Yeah.
Which is fucking loud.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, I'm using it for about 6 hours a day. And arm's reach from my face. So I'm pretty sure in about 10 years, my hearing is going to be absolute shit.
10 years? You're going to give yourself that long?
Yes. Because of this. So, my one coworker, he found this drill as like a shit ton quieter. And it's like Milwaukee.
Okay.
Which we used to have DeWalt's at the gym, and like over the past like 3 or 4 years, they have just been crapping out on us left and right.
That makes sense.
So we're like, all right, let's try Milwaukee just on a whim. And they were doing pretty good. And my coworker bought a Milwaukee Fuel Surge, which is supposed to be much quieter. And like when you start using it, you're like, okay, yeah, this is a huge amount, like much better. Obviously, it's not gonna fuck us up in the long term.
Yeah.
But like he was away for like 2 weeks on vacation. He's like, hey, if you want to use my drill, you can. So I started using it.
Sure.
And like, I didn't realize how loud the other drills were until I started using his for 2 weeks consistently. And then when he came back, I gave his drill back and started using the old drills. I'm like, holy fuck, these are loud. Yeah, I'm like, okay. And like 2 days later, I just went to Home Depot and bought my own. I'm like, I can't do these loud ones anymore. It's too much.
Oh my God. Yeah, fuck that. Well, it's good, man.
So.
I mean, if you can actually, if it's gonna save your shit in the long run,
Yeah,
more power to
that's fingers crossed. That's what I'm hoping for. But
that's good, man.
it was just funny because like for a while, like for like a solid week, I was like looking at DC statues. I was like,
statues.
like little statues like these guys right here.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, what do I want? I was like looking at a couple and I was like, oh, do I want this? Do I want this? Do I want a Superman? Do I want a Flash? Do I want Green Lantern? I can't really find a nice Green Lantern one. And I found one of like Superman and Flash racing next to each other. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
That's always like a big thing. And it happened at the end of Justice League is like them racing.
Getting ready to race. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, that'd be pretty cool. And then I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm going to spend money first on something I actually
Need.
could use
Or
and will be
use.
helpful. So I was like, $100 to $200 for a statue, or like $240 for a drill. I'll just spend it on the drill and just
Yeah.
keep out
Shit.
for myself. Plus, I've also been trying to like think about extending my desk a little bit, like just making a makeshift shelf on the side,
Like just building something like that would just like kind of
like extend the
4x4s
desk a
and,
little
like,
bit. Yeah,
yeah.
and like a piece of plywood.
Yeah.
And then do something like that. I'm like, right now I don't think we have a drill in this house, so it's like at least I have that. Then if I want to do something like that, I can. And it's not like a huge issue.
Yeah.
So that was something else that happened in the past 2 weeks that I forgot about.
Nice, man.
So
Good.
anyway,
I'm glad.
thanks.
Anyway, what next? What do you want to get into next?
I don't know. Do we have anything else?
I mean, Borderlands news. I mean, just can pretty much give the.
So actually, yeah. Let's talk about Borderlands spoiler free.
Okay. So.
How
pretty
is
much,
it? It's good. I'm assuming.
Dude,
I know you said you were loving it.
So I mean, I'm gonna try to put bias aside, but if I never played these games before and I just got into it, dude. It like, I know I said this before in games where it's very colorful. I love saturated colors.
Yeah,
like a
I'm-
lot. I
Yeah.
love me some colors. So, dude, the game is vibrant as fuck. And I'm playing it on
Which-
a base PS4, not even Pro, not PC. It looks fucking amazing. Like, when I went into
I will say,
Okay.
not to necessarily cut you off, but real
No,
quick,
you're good.
you go back to the first game, it is not vibrant at
It is dull.
all.
It's very dull.
Even the
Game of
second
Year,
game, is not super vibrant. Like in parts it is, but like
pretty good. Like
it's
Caustic
better
Caverns,
than the first
yeah,
game.
really good. Like all the Iridian stuff, really bright purple and like. stuff.
Yeah, but I
like,
also feel like there's parts in the second game where where do you meet Brick at? Sawtooth Canyon?
Sawtooth College.
Like that's not super vibrant or anything. That's like a lot of gray and like
yeah,
dark
it's
green
a
and
gritty
stuff like that.
mountaintop kind of. He's
Yeah.
at the peak. Yeah, I get
so
it.
that's not super vibrant. But like pre-sequel, I feel like is like okay, we're getting into this vibrant part, and then 3, I guess they went all out, which I'm fine with.
Mm-hmm. Yo, dude,
Like-
it's like, I guess for, you go to different planets, right?
Yes, I did know
So
that.
one of them is extremely like neon lights and like because like that's what it is. Like that's what this planet is. It's a city. It's this that. So
Yeah,
it's like
I remember we
extremely
talked about
vibrant.
this.
Yeah, I mean, it was in like the trailers and stuff, so it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not telling you what planet it is, I'm not telling you what it's about, which of course,
Or what you're
why would I
doing
do
there.
that? It's just really lively and vibrant and colorful. I just got to a new planet that's li- lively and just brilliant in its own right, but actually, I can't say anything, but it reminds me of something in the first game. Now that I'm
Okay.
thinking about it,
Yeah,
I
don't.
was gonna say, oh, it looks like this. I was like, oh wait, that's because it is that. Oh, 6 months from now when you get the game, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm loving it. It's vibrant as fuck. The weapon abilities, being able to toggle between two different elements with some guns, being able to toggle
is-
between two different like fire like
Now,
I don't wanna say,
question.
Like, say I have an assault rifle, I can.
Yeah.
It also has a shotgun undersling to it, so it has,
Okay.
fucking fires. I
So
can
it's
switch,
like-
shotgun.
So it's kind of like Call of Duty, where like you could have that shotgun mounted underneath or grenade launcher, kind of
that's
in
cool.
that vein, but more like you use all your shotgun ammo. Like in Call of Duty, it was like, oh, you only have 12 shots with this shotgun now.
So you have as much ammo as you have with your whole gun is how much you have, pretty much. Like so.
Okay,
if I
so
have
it's not like
500
when
rounds,
you switch to whatever your shotgun ammo is. It's like
it's the same.
this
as
is
your assault
primarily
rifle.
an assault rifle. You have this max amount for assault rifle, which let's say 1,000, and your max shotgun ammo is only 40. When you switch to shotgun, you still have the 1,000 ammo
Yeah.
capacity.
So
Okay, so that's pretty cool.
except maybe with like, in a case of like there's smart bullets in the game, so you can treat like one of the
Yes.
guns shoots trackers on someone, and you can like go hide behind cover and just shoot, and it'll go right to them, which is
Okay.
pretty fucking amazing. But it's not like it's Borderlands, so it's not like
Mhm.
an undersling. Like I have an assault rifle, but with an undersling shotgun. No, I have an assault rifle. I'm gonna pull the barrel out, twist it, pull it back out. Now it's a shotgun. Like that's
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's really fucking cool. I appreciate that they actually put that in because like sometimes I want to use a shotgun and I want to use a fucking
Mhm.
assault rifle. One has this elemental ability, one has this. Well, I got a gun that does this damage. Switch does that damage too.
One
fucking
thing,
awesome.
one thing I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Like I know they mentioned this before the game was even released, that you can switch between, like, guns can have two elemental parts to it. When you switch between elements, it keeps like the same damage, accuracy. Does it keeps all those same stats, right? It's not like,
Yep.
oh, if you're using fire, it's this stat, but if
Mhm.
you're using caustic, it's okay. So it's
So
same
say
stats all around.
your gun does a fire rate of
That's-
5 with damage of 72. You switch from cryo to whatever.
Caustic.
It's the same thing.
Okay,
But however,
I like that.
with in the case of the assault rifle shotgun thing, it couldn't do that. So like in the description below, the shotgun
tells
says like
you.
this shotgun does 4 times 15.
Yeah,
40 times
That makes
15
sense.
damage, blah blah blah.
but if it was
so-
like assault rifle, or I guess that wouldn't make sense.
No,
Right.
if it's an assault rifle that does shock and
Yeah. Yeah.
incendiary, yeah, it'll do the same damage.
Yeah.
Because and usually it doesn't do necessarily the same elemental damage though. Like the effect chance might be a little bit different on each.
But
effect.
like the
base
normal
damage.
the base gun stats
Mhm.
stay the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes, accurate. The,
That's nice. 'Cause
so-
I know in 2 and pre-sequel there have been times where it's like, I want to keep using this gun, but like this element does nothing to these guys, and it's just pointless to use this gun now. Like if I'm fighting something that has armor, and it's like this flame weapon is really good, but I'm fighting loaders that have armor. Flames
Or
aren't really
corrode.
good against this, so it's
Yeah.
pointless to use it, and I feel like I'm forced to use this worse caustic weapon because of it.
yeah, no, it does the same damage, so it's good.
Yeah.
In that aspect, a lot of the ones I saw so far do like the same elemental effect over time and do the same damage over time. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing there could be difference because they specify that. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing there could be different ones, but so far I haven't seen it because I'm only
Yeah.
level 24.
That sounds like you're close to endgame.
Yeah,
'Cause I feel like it was
beat the
usually
endgame,
around
like,
mid-20s was when games would end.
I think Borderlands 2. I beat the end. I beat the warrior at like level 31, 2. So
Yeah.
I should be getting there pretty soon. Maybe like 28, maybe 29,
Yeah.
depending on how many side missions I do.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if there was 1 or 2 side missions you potentially missed.
Oh, absolutely. I've actually been looking for them. I've missed like 1 or 2 so far. But I'm looking at the trophies. That doesn't seem that hard to platinum. Doesn't seem that hard.
Yet.
Um, I
It's
didn't.
I mean, to be honest, all the Borderland games, besides one, or even to platinum.
Underdome.
Well, you don't have to do Underdome to platinum it though.
What was that? I lost you there for a second.
You don't have to Underdome. You don't have to do Underdome to platinum it.
No,
Underdome
no,
is
no.
DLC. So, like, base game for all the Borderlands games haven't been that hard to like get all
Platinum.
the achievements for. It's just
Mm-mm.
making sure, like, I'm assuming it's in this game also. It's like explore all the areas in this area and explore all the areas in
Yeah.
this area and stuff like that. So it just almost becomes more tedious where it's like you're going between all the areas and go, where's there a great spot on this map I haven't been yet? Type thing.
That's okay. So now I'm happy you mentioned that. Another cool thing. I don't know if you saw any of the gameplay so far, Borderlands. Besides
I've lurked a little bit in yours and that's it.
mine. But the way like you unlock areas in the map, like your person on the map is a blue halo, and as you discover the map, it just turns blue as you discover. It's gray, and as you move through it, it highlights it blue where you've been.
Well, I know
So,
there's
It's fucking cool.
there's one area in the pre-sequel
What's
where I
that?
think it's in like Triton Flats to get all the areas in a certain area. You had to like go back behind this obelisk and like shoot it or something and then walk through the obelisk to get it. Like you couldn't see the area on the map, so you didn't know. And
You didn't know.
You didn't look it up. It was like,
Mhm.
well, I've explored all the areas. Where's this the last area I need? Because I remember I had to look it up. Like, I found all these areas. Like, nothing on my map is gray.
Yep.
Where is it? And I looked up, and people were like, "Oh, go here, do this." I did. I'm like,
Motherfucker.
Really?
Like, yep. but thankfully, enough people have asked that same question. Like, what the fuck? And people are like, okay,
yeah,
here you got to do this. So
Yeah.
I'm glad people help.
yeah,
But it's good. Dude, the driving in Borderlands 3 actually feels like driving. Granted,
go on.
Granted, it's still like it's forward to go and like to turn this way.
Okay.
But like it just feels like it has more
Okay.
It just feels better. They polished it and defined like
Okay.
okay, so when you drive, like when I turn, I actually just turn that bit. I don't just like fucking go and slide into a wall or something. Like it's like
Yeah.
I'm actually, I don't know. It's cool, and you can customize every car like extremely
Okay.
individually.
So
There's,
it's
like,
more
3
than just like
colors.
paint jobs.
Yeah, and like you can get different types like tires and stuff. Like I got hover
Okay.
tires for one of my cars, like stuff like that.
Nice.
It's really fucking cool, man. I just really love the elemental effects changes and the missions. It's just more. It's more Borderlands. Like they didn't change. They didn't deviate from their quirky kind of funny
Mhm.
missions, and like the characters are still like innuendos all out the.
Yeah. Oh, you just cut out after innuendos. It's not good. I don't know if you can hear me. Oh,
I can hear you now.
you
just cut out a little
you stopped after innuendos. You said all the characters are still innuendos, and then
Yeah, I still do like a innuendo thing. It's just another board game, but it's more well polished, more well
Nice.
defined, like refined, and things are just like a lot smoother. So
nice.
better overall experience. I'm digging it.
How much out of 10 would you give it?
What's
now?
that?
What number would you give it out of 10 for like a review?
So I didn't beat the game yet, but
So up to where you're at level, what'd you say, 25?
24, 25, yeah.
To give
I'd probably
9.
agree here with IGN's review of a 9.
Okay.
It's fucking good, man.
It's
Good. I like it. It's funny. It's more of what Borderlands always was, and they're not changing anything. It's just like it's more of what I expected and wanted, but just they've done it so much better. So I'm digging it. I can read a little bit if you want of the actual IGN review.
As long as it doesn't have spoilers,
Spoiler-free?
I am fine with that. Yeah.
So, stubbornly refusing to reinvent itself after a 5-year absence. Exactly. Borderlands 3 sticks to its guns, haha, and manages to outdo itself. Refined movement and shooting, a legion of enjoyable, challenging enemies, and a single largest arsenal of mechanically distinct firearms I've ever seen in a video game easily make it the best in a great series of co-op shooters. Its trademark styled art, on-the-nose humor, and tattooed-fueled storyline are all enjoyable enough in their own right, But what really makes Borderlands 3 excellent is the addicting item chance that unfolds over the course of 30 hours with the lovingly crafted main and side missions. What's more, that is the adventure I could see myself happily undertaking again from scratch with a new character and a fresh group of friends. Yes. So it goes on to say you'll venture through several beautiful planets and visually, in a way the series has rarely done before, meaning it's more vibrant and colorful. The cast of supporting characters candidly edge out the generic but somewhat amusing villainous Calypso twins. They're assholes, but they're funny. Even optional missions are creative, enjoyable, and rarely formulatic. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but pretty much the verdict is if Borderlands 3 is happening. Borderlands 3 is what happens when a modern looter shooter doesn't concern itself with the longevity of its item economy and daily quests. Then you can sign me up for Borderlands 4 right now. Being untethered from persistent severs and able to trade loot at will is a fresh, refreshing change of pace. I'm surprised that there's a fresh, refreshing change of pace. But only reason why such an amazing co-op, whatever. Sheer magnitude and diversity of its arsenal and fun and surprising weaponry is unmatched, and the striking amount of loving detail and variety packed into energetic and replayable 30-hour campaigns that makes Borderlands 3 a high point in the series and genre as a whole. They gave it a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
That was a little choppy there at the end. I'm sorry. They worded some things differently, and I was like, oh.
That's fine. I know, like, me and some people in my chat on stream were talking a little bit, and someone brought up how, like, Borderlands was getting some negative reviews for things, and, like, one of the things apparently was getting negative reviews about was, like, it's not innovative enough. And it's like, not every game can be innovative. And I was like, and we started talking about it because I was playing Spyro at the time. And I was like, from what I've heard, Spyro is literally just a graphical upgrade, essentially, of the original game. And it got amazing reviews.
Yeah.
So it's like, because, like, how many games aren't innovative but still get great reviews? Like, just because it doesn't build super much on mechanics or something from the previous game, it doesn't mean it should get necessarily a negative review.
Dude,
with the majority for my basis on how a game is story and gameplay mechanics. If there's something wonky with the gameplay mechanics that doesn't make sense, or the controls are funky and you can't change them, it's like that gives me a bad taste in my mouth. But like, majority of the reason I game is for a story.
Yeah. And dude,
like
this story, Borderlands 3's story, so far, it literally, so think of the first game, you have your 4 Vault Hunters. Think of the second game, 4 Vault Hunters. Think of Borderlands pre-sequel, 4 Vault Hunters plus DLC and stuff. This game brings all those characters in somehow. And they're tied in so far. They're all tied in, and they're all doing this, doing that. And it's like they bring everybody in, and like the story, it just continues to build on what it already has, and just add to it and add to it. It gives it more substance. And
even Borderlands 2 in the pre-sequel, kind of like they brought. I mean, in Borderlands 2, spoiler alert, if you haven't played it in the past 8 years or however long it's been out, 6 years, they bring the original 4 Vault Hunters in.
Yeah.
Slowly throughout the game. And even pre-sequel, the original 4 gets brought into the story, and the second 4 that you can play as in 2 are somehow like brought up at least in dialogue. Well, like I know in pre-sequel you hear Salvador talk, and you hear, you know, all the others talk, I'm pretty sure, at some point. So
I'm just gonna go ahead and say this one's not that different then. So
yeah,
be prepared. It's fucking great. I like it so far a lot. I know I am biased toward liking it, but overall as a game, it's a fucking good game, dude. Like, if it was shitty and like buggy and terrible, I'd be like, dude, okay, I like it, but that's just me liking it. It's got problems. I haven't really found too much wrong with it. I mean, yeah, the typical Borderlands. Good.
No, go ahead, finish your thought, and I'll bring up what I was gonna say.
Remember, like in Borderlands, like 1 and 2, like you just walk and you get stuck on like random shit when you're walking. Like that's still a thing.
Vaguely,
that's still a thing in this one a little bit. I've noticed. Like,
I feel like at that point it's almost like
it's a thing.
Borderlands.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like I've seen some shit where, like people like go to melee someone, just explode and fly off the map. Like, okay, so it's just
new.
It's buggy stuff, but like if it
But
was all
I mean, that's a
shitty,
fun bug.
that is a fun bug. You're just like floating, holding your oh fuck it. But like I haven't found anything wrong really,
Okay.
like blatantly terribly wrong. But sorry, go ahead.
So I was gonna say, like, yes, you might be a little bit biased because of how much you loved the previous games, but at the same time, I feel like, in a way, that almost makes your review a little bit more or better
I scrutinize it more.
because you scrutinize it more.
Yeah.
Because you go, well, how is it compared to the first game? How is it compared to the second
Yeah.
game? How is it compared to the prequel? Like we've talked about it with me with
Yeah.
comic book movies.
Yep. How they
And
improve.
you're always like, what did you find wrong with that movie? Like, you thought it was good? Like, you didn't find anything wrong with it? And I feel like, in this case, it's the same way with you because, I mean, we've talked about it before with, like, the DC films, and it's like, you've asked me before, like, what did you find wrong with it? And at times, I'm like,
Yep.
I didn't find anything wrong with it. Like, I thought it was good. Like, granted, I might not know a whole lot on the source material on this character, but I thought it was really good. Like, they
Yep.
didn't break things or, go in a
Yeah.
different direction or something like that. So, like, while you might be a little bit biased, at the same time, you're also, because
Probably
you
the
love
one-
the previous game so much,
Yeah.
you're looking for the smallest thing to scrutinize in a
Yeah.
way.
That's true. You're absolutely right. But
So-
I mean, even down to the sound of a weapon when you shoot it, it's like a shotgun. It gives that fucking thud. Like like
Mhm.
it gives everything sounds so much better. And the recoil in the game was almost like
It's almost
when you're like non-existent. Like when you're hit.
I was going to say, I
fire,
was watching you shoot one gun and it looked like it wasn't even
move.
moving. It was just
Didn't move.
like,
So like when you hip fire, it's bad. If you're
Okay.
which makes sense. Like when you're hip firing, or I unlocked the ability like I can sprint and shoot at the same time. So like it's pretty bouncy then. But if I'm aiming down sight, not moving, it doesn't move, which is fucking nice. Like you're behind cover, you pop up, boop, 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 boop,
okay.
pop up, so you can get some crits easier. It's cool. I like the new elemental effects. And yeah, dude, I just really enjoy it, and I can't wait to play it again tonight.
Good.
But yeah, I'm sure
Glad to
you'll
hear.
watch more, and you'll see
Yeah, I've
develop.
I try to lurk a bit, but like once
Yeah, I
dialogue
understand.
start happens, it's
I
like
understand.
I just start paying more attention to whatever I'm playing or something like that. And when I see
Yeah.
shooting, I'm just watching you shoot, and, making fun of you sucking. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's again, yeah, I am biased, and you're right though. It makes me have more of a keen eye to what.
yeah,
what I
it
don't
makes
like.
you scrutinize a little bit
Yeah.
more.
But
So
at that same rate, I have not much to say negative about it.
that's good.
PC people are pissed because they just hate Epic Games. But
Well, I mean, aren't they using Borderlands 2 Steam
So-
forums to talk about Borderlands 3 on
Yeah.
Epic?
yeah, so they're talking shit on a platform they can actually talk shit on because Epic does not even have that. I don't think, right?
Yeah,
No forums.
not yet,
But,
at least.
Yeah. So anyway, man, I'm not going to go into any more detail with that because I don't want to spoil anything. The new hub world's fucking awesome. Love it. And it's just more of what you come to expect and love from Borderlands. So
Okay.
I am digging it, and I can't wait to.
I
beat it.
look forward to playing it in March
6
or
months.
April or whenever it comes
April
out.
20th, 420.
Which I think
I don't know. April,
Cyberpunk 2077 comes around the same time.
I will have platinumed it and beat it with all 4 characters plus
So-
DLC by the time you get the game.
Yeah, by the way, Link's Awakening comes out, I think, Friday.
It comes out Friday.
Yeah.
I'm
so-
not getting it until I'm not getting it until I fly out to
Okay.
go for the wedding because
Okay.
what else
Borderlands.
what else am I going to play on the plane? Link's Awakening.
Mario
So,
Maker.
but you need, dude, Mario Maker, you need internet access. like
I mean,
playing-
you can download levels, but like,
Yeah, but like once you beat those levels, like okay, story mode again or make a level. And I'm not good at
honestly,
making
what I would
levels.
do is if I was planning on playing that on the that sounded weird. I don't think I said that correctly.
Planning on
originally.
playing on a plane.
Yeah.
That is a pretty
say
good
say
definition.
that 3 times fast.
yeah.
But if I was planning on playing that on a plane
I don't know. That's so funny.
I would
Yeah.
probably just go under like hot levels or like popular levels
Just download
and just
the
like
first,
download
28.
a bunch from each.
Yep.
Just that way I had them, and then like even though it might only take like an hour or two, like it would still eat up time.
I mean, an hour or two is 2/3 of my flight. Flight's 3 hours.
There you go.
So, I mean, but I already beat the story mode, of course. I already made.
I still have
you know,
yet to beat that.
I made 2 levels. I played a bunch of viewer level or not viewer levels. I played a bunch of creator levels and all that shit. I played the normal mode on
Endless.
on endless mode. That's fun. It's really fun. And
Yeah.
but I think the game for me, it needs. I gotta play like normal endless mode.
Yeah.
That's like what I think the game's for me. But I mean, if you're good at
Yeah.
making levels and stuff, and you can kill 2 hours doing that, more power to you. But I think
mean,
I want to get Link's Awakening and play it. So
I think I just today on normal endless I hit about 140 levels cleared, and I still have like 50 lives or something. I'm under the 14,000 rank right now, slowly grinding away.
Nice.
So.
Nice.
And it seems like every time I clear a level, it's like I drop by like a couple hundred points. I'm like, okay. Eventually, I'll be under 10,000. That's what I'm shooting for.
Nice. Yeah, but I've
Huge
been
grind.
now that you mention that, fuck, like I might just I can't even get it. I can't even buy it because if I get it, I'm gonna play it. So I can't get it until like the day before we.
You gotta buy it at the airport.
You guys have a GameStop in here? No, sir. You guys have, at least
You guys got Wi-Fi?
You guys have Wi-Fi? Sure. Thank you.
I mean, just
Have
buy it
an
the night
hour
before
download.
and download it.
I might do that. This might be a game I download.
Yeah.
Unless it comes with a cool little book or something. But I watched more and more shit about that, and I'm just the way it looks and the way it seems to play. It looks fucking fun.
I don't know if we talked about it last podcast. I don't know if it happened. Link to the Past and Yoshi's World was put on the NES Virtual
Classic.
Console.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you guys have a Switch and you guys are keen on those
Which-
games,
I've been meaning to play because I loved Link to the Past when I was little.
I've never played
I
it.
think our very first podcast we talked about our top 5 favorite games, and I think that was one of them
of
for
yours?
me.
I have never played it. So maybe
Great
I'll
game.
download that too and see if I can. I can't play it offline though, right?
I
Maybe I can.
don't. I would look it up.
If I
That would
download- I'll
easily
try it.
eat up. That would easily eat up more than the flight out and flight back.
But Link's Awakening.
I'm just saying, man. Just saying.
I wonder how long. this
You don't
is.
have to pay for Link to the Past.
That's true. But I want to play Link's Awakening. I want to buy shit because I'm fucking stupid and I like to waste money. Anyway.
I guess last thing here is you said something about Modern Warfare 3.
So yeah, the last
reboot.
the last thing I saw, I don't think it's a reboot, man. I don't know though. Don't quote me on that. I don't think it's a reboot. But
I honestly do not know. I thought I've heard it was like kind of a reboot in the series. I'm gonna do this again, so video viewers are gonna hate me, but whatever. Anyway, what you said if it
dude, so I watched a trailer. Of course,
it says it's a
I know it's
real
not
quick,
gameplay.
just shut you off. Cut you off real quick.
Yeah.
It's a 16th overall installment of Call of Duty series, as well as a soft reboot of the Modern Warfare sub-series.
Soft reboot.
So I guess that's going to be like, it's kind of rebooting the series, but not entirely.
So it's gonna have like the same like original characters, maybe follow some of the same.
Yeah,
storylines, but
it
deviate a
might
little
kind of
bit,
follow the same storyline, but deviate.
partially.
Characters' dialogue will differ depending on the choices they make in the game. So I guess there's gonna be choices.
I'm into that.
So yeah, it looks like it's a soft reboot. There's gonna be some choices. There's it will feature, spoiler alert in case you haven't played them or don't want to hear this, but soft reboot. I feel like a soft reboot tells you there's gonna be return of certain characters like Captain Price.
Yeah. If you haven't played a game that was from like what 2009, or
No, I think it's
2007?
I was gonna say 04. When did the Modern Warfare reboot or series start?
Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Where the fuck is it say? Come on.
No, maybe it was beginning of PlayStation. 07?
That's what I said. 07. Because
I think it might be.
2 came out in 09.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
World at War
it is a
08.
remastered version of 2007's Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Yep, oh 07. Because I know 2 came out our freshman year of college, and me and
Yes.
our buddy
Yes.
Rob, we burned hours in that
Yeah.
game, my friend.
And that's when they were doing like a game a year.
Yep. Yeah, which kind of...
Also, apparently, for the first time in the series, this game will allow players to reload weapons while aiming down the sights of the gun at the same time. Interesting.
That seems weird, but the whole time I was doing this podcast, my headphones were off. And now
Awkward.
it sounds so much better. Anyway, I'm an idiot.
Awkward.
You're an idiot.
But yeah, anyway, as you were saying, if it looks like what it's going to be.
So I understand. I watched a trailer. I watched a cinematic trailer of it. However,
Yes.
it looks like they peppered in some gameplay. So if it looks and kind of gives that feel like of what they try to capture in that fucking trailer, dude, I might actually pick it up. It looks fucking cool. Like, to be completely honest.
One thing that's kind of grabbed me, which someone in my chat for Twitch has said before, is this is also like one of those games where they're not necessarily going to glamorize war. Which I think we've talked about before, where I brought up a game called Spec Ops: The Line, where like it does not glamorize war. It uses white phosphorus in the game, and it goes, look how fucked up this shit is, and we do this to people. Like, this isn't, oh, we're all heroes. Like, it happens in the game, and your guy goes, what the fuck is this? Like, why are we doing this to people that are innocent? Like, these aren't even, like, the other military. These are innocent people that we are doing this to. So, like, if Modern Warfare does that, where it doesn't necessarily glamorize it and kind of goes, hey, this is kind of fucked up, but this is what happens, like, that grabbed me with that, where apparently, you remember in 2, the mission No Russian?
Yeah, that was a fucked up mission.
From what I've heard, there's going to be a mission. Yeah, but from what I've heard, there's possibly going to be a mission in the new game that is similar to that, where it's a fucked up mission, but it's like, this is war.
This is what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, we're the military, we kill people. Like, if it's like that, like pretty much how fucking other games were, I don't care. But if it makes like PTSD is real for a reason, because shit is fucking crazy. I'm thankful.
Like,
I can't say I don't want to speak much about that. I can't relate. I can't say that. But it's for a reason. Shit's fucked up. Yeah, it's not good. So, if it does that, I'm getting it.
Yeah, like, one game I always point to people to like go and play is, like I said, Spec Ops: The Line. Like, it is a good game. Like, it's not groundbreaking in any of the gameplay or anything. It's like similar to like Gears of War, where it's third-person shooter. You run around, grab cover, aim from cover, stuff like that. You have like 2 or 3 weapons you can choose. But the fact that it didn't glamorize war, and it was like the story alone was like, this is good. Like, this is what people need to play, because it's kind of fucked up what happens.
Which sucks, but here's what it really is, dude. Like, fucking...
It's not like Call of Duty, where it's like, oh, very last mission, I grabbed the knife, or I grabbed the gun and killed the bad guy with 1 bullet left in the chamber, grabbed the knife and threw it in his forehead, or something like that. Like, it was like, the way the game ended, it was like, okay, that's kind of fucked up. Yeah. But like, at the same time, it's like,
oh, shit.
I'm sure there's, maybe not a large percentage of military veterans, but I'm sure there's some military personnel that didn't necessarily experience that fully, but experienced like something kind of similar to it.
Yeah. So as fucked up as it is, it's like, hey, we're not glamorizing war after you play this game. Like, you'll realize this game is kind of fucked up. This game is gonna fuck your psyche up for a little while, but you're gonna have fun.
Speaking of which, I have 1 achievement left to get in that game, and it's beating it on the fucking hardest difficulty, and that's hard as shit.
Oh, do it, man. I've been
thinking about streaming it.
If I can beat Last of Us on grounded mode, you can beat that.
Well, it's more like, if I'm pretty sure in this game it's like, it's the like the World at War veteran difficulty, or just even like World at War, where like the enemies just kind of keep respawning
until you move, like
until you hit a certain point. Yeah. So it's like grinding that out, and it's like, I think I made it through 2 missions. I was like, I can't do this right now.
Mm-mm.
Like, I don't have the attention span to sit here and just grind this
Grind it.
out.
Because
So-
it's like not, you can't stealth it, but like you have to just
Yeah,
be behind
like, yeah.
get up, slowly move the next cover, get up, clear it, move the
Like-
next. You're like, oh my god.
I was doing that with the first Black Ops.
Mm-hmm.
I was like slowly working through it on veteran, which with Black Ops it's the same way where enemies are infinitely respawning. So like you have to hit certain points, to just hit checkpoints and just
Yeah.
slowly like grind your way forward in the level.
Yeah.
And then I did a fresh install and lost all my save data for it, and I just have to start from the beginning. I'm like,
Fuck.
I'm done.
Fuck it. Not worrying about
Not
it.
touching it for another year or two until like I need something to grind
No
out.
touchy. No
But
touchy.
until then,
Yep.
not touching it.
Fuck it.
I already had some achievements in it. I bumped my achievement count up from that for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll go back to it later.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I read through the trophy list in Borderlands 3, and I was like, you know what? These are really easy. So in the last like half hour of the stream, I popped like 5 trophies. So
Nice.
it was easy. I don't want to ruin anything, but one of them was like, really? Like that's all I had to do? Yeah, that's all I had to do. Okay, cool.
It's funny how some games have those achievements where it's like, that's really an achievement.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite ones. One of my favorite ones. Dark Souls 2 and 3.
Yep.
You just gotta die.
Just die.
Just die. It's just
Yeah.
you die.
One of what was one of them? I don't know if it was in this one, but one of the more recent games I played, maybe it was Rage or something. Like down yourself with a grenade. That's gonna happen accidentally 700 times throughout the gameplay. Okay.
Yeah.
One of them was jump off the map. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that often too.
I almost want to go through now
And see what the funniest, most.
and find
Bullshit
some of these
achievements.
achievements. Like actually, you know what? I have one in
I was
mind.
gonna say,
There's actually this isn't like an achievement that's like is this serious an achievement, but there's a Deadpool game out there, and where is it? I think you get the first 2 achievements in a cutscene.
start the game, make it the first cutscene. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
alright,
it's like-
alright.
I think the description is like the first one's free or something.
First one's
Yeah,
free.
literally the first 2 achievements are called. The first one's free. Get off your well-toned bottom, which is literally you hit a button to get off a couch. And the second one is also free. Ellipses, and it's just be pretty. It's like the first 2 are achievements in the game are like literally gimmies, and it's like, but at the same time, like that kind of fits the Deadpool character because he's fourth wall breaking. So like in the game,
Yeah.
he knows he's in a game, and I think he even mentions
He
it in the
knows he's
game, like
pretty.
about getting an achievement.
Yeah.
So,
There you go. There you go.
but yeah, maybe for next week I'll look up like some of the most bullshit achievements of like, is this really an
Yeah.
achievement type thing?
Yeah, it sounds good. That'd be funny. That'd be funny to go through some and be like, really?
Whether it's like you have to jump off the map or like down yourself with a
Yeah,
grenade,
yeah.
or if it's something like Deadpool where it's like they just give it to you, or Dark Souls where you just die and they give it to you when they know you're gonna die.
Pick a character at the beginning of the game. Okay. Something like that. Yeah.
Well-
That'd be funny. That'd be funny to see.
So I mentioned how I'm playing DC Universe online.
Yeah.
Or getting back into it. So you can also play as villains in this game.
Nice.
Because overall, like the story is like a similar basis.
Yep.
But there's 6 achievements alone for like reach level 30 as Batman as your mentor,
Ooh.
as Superman as your mentor, as Wonder Woman as your mentor, I think.
Mhm.
Like as Joker as your mentor, as Lex Luthor as your mentor, and as I don't know who
That's
the
gonna be
third one is.
grind.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's just
did.
times using different
I
shit.
think I played it for like an hour today, and I was already level 10. Which, granted, as I get further in, obviously it's going to take longer to level
Oh
up.
yeah. Yeah. I feel like Borderlands 3 is longer to level up too, though.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like,
I can
I'm-
talk more about Borderlands, but I won't. I don't. I
yeah,
feel bad. I
damn,
feel bad.
you damn well not.
Yeah. No, like even like the way they do SDU upgrades and stuff, like it's much better. I like it all the time. But anyway, do you have anything else news-wise there, man?
Football started last week.
That's not news. Anything else?
I'm in a fantasy league for the first time.
Psh, psh.
For the first time, I'm in a fantasy league, and it's only because they needed someone else.
Gotcha.
And it
I have
looks
no
like I'm
idea
going to
how it
be
works.
1-1. I'm going to be
No idea how
1-1
it
after
works.
this week. You
No
pick
idea.
players, and they
Just-
get points based on certain things, and you get total points.
Cool.
I'm actually
You
curious.
enjoy
I know
that?
I was winning earlier today, and there was a good chance I was going to win this week.
You enjoyed that, man.
I will. I'm winning 87.6 to 49.86 this week. I have a 93% chance to win.
There you go. I mean,
Pretty much, somehow the other team has to do amazing, and my team has to do shit for the rest of the week,
there you go.
which is like 2 more games at this point.
Hey, you never know. You never know. That might just happen.
You're right. You don't.
That might just happen. So, I wish
But-
you the best of luck, and
Thanks.
I will not be.
Thanks.
I will not be
Thanks.
sharing that same experience. Thanks, man.
Thanks.
I appreciate that, brother.
That's what I appreciate about you.
That's what you appreciate about me.
That's what I
Oh,
appreciate
dude,
about
when we're done here, let me remind me to show you a picture.
you. Okay.
Okay.
Dude, I'll be honest. I use that's what I appreciate about you all the time
All the
now.
time.
No one gets the reference.
Nobody. For a while there, I did not so bad in you. For when people like said like, "Hey, good morning, how's it going?" Not so bad, you.
Yep.
But they wouldn't get it unless they
Yeah.
actually like are really big fans of the show.
Like the only
yeah.
time someone has caught a letter Kelly reference, pretty much, besides you and like Ashley,
Yep.
because I went to D&D once wearing my allegedly shirt with an ostrich on it,
Yeah.
and the guy sitting across from me just goes, "Nice shirt." I was like, you get it.
Yeah.
Everyone else doesn't get it, but you get it.
Yeah, that's funny, man. That's funny. Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. Once we're done here, I'm gonna send you this picture really quick.
Alright.
I need to send it to
Well,
you actually.
Do we want to wrap it up here? Especially
I'm
before we get too far along.
yeah.
I have to figure out how to
Um,
potentially make an audio file out of this.
Yeah, sure. We can end it up here and call it quits for this week. So that's a wrap on that's a wrap on Innuendo 69
I'll stick it in your endo.
in your endo. So yeah, that's it, guys. Again, check us out on Instagrams, guy_party_pod. Check us out on Twitch and send us any feedback on another platform that we have. So we'd appreciate it. And we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.